A hoard of silver pennies from the time of the Norman conquest has been bought for £4.3 million, making it the highest value treasure ever found in the UK.
The earth hides secrets beneath its surface, concealed for millions of years, waiting for the right moment to be uncovered. And sometimes, when an excavator cracks open a massive rock, what emerges is beyond anyone's wildest imagination. These astonishing discoveries challenge everything we thought we knew about our planet, from rare minerals to ancient fossils. In this episode, we'll explore a series of extraordinary finds that leave miners speechless. Get ready for a journey into the unknown as we reveal what happens when excavation uncovers the unthinkable: a perfectly preserved dinosaur egg. A discovery that has stunned paleontologists worldwide. Here is a dinosaur embryo perfectly preserved inside a fossilized egg, uncovered in Guangzhou, southern China. This extraordinary specimen, estimated to be between 72 and 66 million years old, has been renamed Baby Yinglang. It belongs to a species of Oviraptorosaur, a feathered theropod dinosaur that lived during the late Cretaceous period. The embryo's exceptional state of preservation provides a rare glimpse into prehistoric life and strengthens the evolutionary link between dinosaurs and modern birds. Baby Yingliang's discovery story is just as fascinating as the fossil itself. The egg was first unearthed in 2000, but was set aside and forgotten like many fossils. It remained in storage for nearly a decade until researchers at the Yingliang Stone Nature Museum re-examined it while sorting through old specimens. They suspected it might contain something special, and upon closer inspection, they were proven right. Inside the egg lay one of the best preserved dinosaur embryos ever found. What made it truly exceptional was its posture inside the egg. The embryo was curled in a tucking position, with its head positioned below its body, its back curled, and its feet placed on either side. It is 27 centimeters long and rests inside a 17 centimeters fossilized egg. It would have grown into an Oviraptorosaur measuring 2 to 3 meters long if it had hatched. Scientists believe Baby Yingliang was preserved so well because a sudden mudslide buried the egg, protecting it from scavengers and environmental decay for millions of years. Part of the fossil remains encased in rock, and researchers plan to use advanced scanning techniques to create a full image of the embryo's skeleton. Ancient space rock turned treasure. In 1945, archaeologists excavating a 2,000-year-old Native American burial site in Illinois discovered 22 iron beads crafted from meteorite fragments. For decades, scientists struggled to identify the meteorite's exact source, but now, new research strongly links the beads to the Naica meteorite, which fell hundreds of miles away in Minnesota. Using advanced mass spectroscopy, researchers analyzed the chemical composition of the Hopewell beads and found a near-perfect match to a 26-centimeter wide fragment of the Naica meteorite. The beads and the meteorite share iron enriched with nickel, microscopic gamma iron inclusions, and a distinct chemical signature. These findings confirm that the iron used in the beads originated from space, making it one of the most exotic materials ever used in the Middle Woodland period. The Hopewell culture, 200 BCE to 500 CE, was known for its elaborate earthworks, intricate artifacts, and long-distance trade networks. The discovery of these meteorite beads proves how far their influence stretched. Experts believe the iron was first collected by the Trempiello Hopewell Group before being traded to the Havana Hopewell Center, where skilled artisans transformed the fragments into beads. Through repeated cycles of heating and cold working, they created thin metal sheets, which were then rolled into beads. These meteoric iron beads were buried with a high-ranking member of the Hopewell Society, symbolizing status, wealth, and cosmic power. They also reveal how goods and ideas traveled hundreds of miles across ancient North America centuries before European contact. A sparkling opalized dinosaur bone. Deep in the arid landscape of Lightning Ridge, Australia, miners searching for precious opals made a breathtaking discovery. Dinosaur bones shimmering with streaks of green and deep blue. What seemed like an ordinary excavation turned into one of the most remarkable fossil finds in history, the most complete opalized dinosaur skeleton ever uncovered. The dazzling remains belong to a newly identified species of iguanodontian dinosaur that roamed the Earth around 100 million years ago. Unlike the fierce, clawed predators of the Cretaceous period, Fostoria was a plant eater, moving in herds for protection. But what makes this discovery truly unique isn't just the species, it's the way the fossils have been preserved. As ancient rivers and lagoons once crisscrossed the land, silica-rich water seeped into buried bones, gradually transforming them into opal. The result? A prehistoric skeleton that sparkles like a gemstone, unlike anything seen in traditional fossilized remains. Paleontologists were amazed to discover not just the opalized bones of a single dinosaur, but 4 sets of shoulder blades, showing that Fostoria lived in family groups. This marks the first solid fossil evidence of dinosaur herds in Australia. Lightning Ridge has long been a hidden treasure trove for paleontology, revealing glimpses of a lost world. Each opalized fossil tells a story not just of dinosaurs, but of a time when Australia was part of the vast Gondwanaland supercontinent teeming with life. Paleontologists hope that as more of these rare finds emerge, they will reshape our understanding of prehistoric life in the southern hemisphere. The seashell engraved by early humans over 500,000 years ago. In the late 19th century, a Dutch physician named Eugene Dubois unearthed a stunning discovery along the banks of the Solo River in Java, Indonesia. Among a collection of fossilized shells, one stood out, a single mussel shell etched with a deliberate zigzag pattern. What makes this find extraordinary is its creator, Homo erectus, a human ancestor that walked the earth 500,000 years ago. Long before modern humans developed symbolic art, this engraved shell suggests that Homo erectus possessed the cognitive ability for creativity, pattern recognition, or even early forms of symbolic expression. The marks, which were deeply carved into the shell, have been studied extensively. Researchers compared them to modern experiments using shark teeth, an available tool in ancient Java, and found that the grooves were unmistakably man-made. But why would early humans engrave a shell? The answer remains a mystery. Some scientists believe it could have been an early form of personal expression, much like doodling. Others suggest it may have had a practical or ritualistic purpose. The Java shell engraving predates other known examples of human markings by nearly 300,000 years. It forces us to reconsider when creative thought first emerged and how early humans interacted with their world. Was this the first step toward art, storytelling, or even written communication? While the true meaning behind the zigzag remains unknown, this single shell proves that Homo erectus was far more sophisticated than previously thought. In a time long before cave paintings and sculptures, an early human took the time to carve a pattern into a shell, leaving behind a clue to a forgotten world. The Cullinan diamond. In the world of diamonds, few gems hold the legendary status of the Cullinan diamond, the largest gem-quality rough diamond ever found. Discovered in South Africa's Premier No. 2 mine on January 26, 1905, this extraordinary stone weighed a staggering 3,106 carats, 621.2 grams. Its sheer size and near colorless brilliance made it a marvel of nature, instantly capturing global attention. Despite its undeniable value, the Cullinan remained unsold for 2 years after being put on the market in London. Eventually, in 1907, the Transvaal colony government purchased it and gifted it to King Edward VII. The king entrusted the world-renowned diamond cutters Joseph Asher and Company in Amsterdam with the daunting task of cutting the massive stone. What emerged from this rough giant were 105 individual diamonds, including 2 of the most famous gems in the world. The Cullinan I, also known as the Great Star of Africa, is a breathtaking 530.4 carat diamond, the largest clear-cut diamond in existence. It was set into the sovereign's scepter with cross, an essential part of the British crown jewels. The Cullinan II, or Second Star of Africa, is another dazzling masterpiece, weighing 317.4 carats, and is prominently featured in the imperial state crown. Beyond these 2 historic gems, 7 other major diamonds, totaling over 208 carats, were passed down within the British royal family, while smaller brilliants and unpolished fragments remained in private collections. From a dusty South African mine to the most powerful hands in the world, the Cullinan diamond remains one of the most valuable and awe-inspiring gems ever discovered, a true testament to nature's ability to create unparalleled beauty. The 300-million-year-old screw. In the realm of unexplained phenomena, few discoveries have sparked as much intrigue and controversy as the so-called 300-million-year-old screw. Found embedded in an ancient rock in Russia's Kaluga region, this peculiar object has fueled heated debates. Could it be evidence of extraterrestrial technology, or is there a far more earthly explanation? The discovery was made in the 1990s by the Cosmopoisk Group, a Russian research team known for investigating UFOs and paranormal activity. As the team examined meteorite fragments in the region, they stumbled upon a 1-inch screw embedded inside a rock that, upon analysis, was estimated to be between 300 and 320 million years old. Even more intriguing, an X-ray scan of the rock allegedly revealed another screw hidden within it. To UFO researchers, this finding was groundbreaking. If genuine, it could suggest that advanced technology existed on Earth millions of years before humans, perhaps left behind by alien visitors. However, skeptics were quick to dismiss these claims. Geologists and paleontologists who analyzed the images and reports had a much simpler explanation. The screw is nothing more than a fossilized crinoid. Crinoids are ancient marine animals that have existed for over 350 million years. Often referred to as sea lilies, these creatures had stalk-like structures that, when fossilized, could resemble a modern screw. Similar crinoid fossils have been found worldwide, leading scientists to conclude that this was just another natural formation. Some researchers, however, argue that the markings and size of the object do not perfectly match typical crinoid fossils, leaving room for speculation. Despite skepticism, the debate over the 300-million-year-old screw remains alive. Is it a remnant of an ancient civilization, proof of alien visitors, or simply a case of mistaken identity? Without further scientific analysis, the mystery remains unsolved, leaving room for both wild speculation and scientific curiosity. Tree trunk turned stone. In 1878, General William Tecumseh Sherman, during his travels through the Arizona Territory, discovered an extraordinary sight, petrified tree trunks. Lieutenant J.F.C. Hegewald, along with 12 men and 2 mules-drawn wagons, set off for the Lithodendron Wash in Petrified Forest. Despite the difficult journey through rugged terrain and the weight of the logs, the team eventually managed to retrieve the fossilized trees. Locals, including the Navajo, regarded the logs as sacred remnants of a giant and questioned the Smithsonian's interest in them. The Sherman logs, as they came to be known, are over 207 million years old. These ancient conifers, once towering up to 200 feet, were felled by floods and volcanic ash during the Triassic period. They became entombed in layers of sediment, and over millions of years, their organic material was replaced by minerals, turning them to stone. Upon their arrival in Washington, D.C., the logs stood as remarkable relics of a prehistoric era, but their discovery led to a rush of commercial interest. As news spread, people began to harvest petrified wood for souvenirs and commercial products. By 1899, a report warned that the petrified forest might be destroyed. This prompted President Theodore Roosevelt to declare the area a national monument in 1906, later becoming the Petrified Forest National Park in 1962 under President John F. Kennedy. Today, despite fences, rangers, and fines, theft continues, with tons of fossilized wood disappearing each year. The Sherman logs, however, remain at the Smithsonian, offering a glimpse into an ancient world preserved as both a natural wonder and a piece of history. Hidden chamber filled with crystal. In 1910, miners at the Naica mine made a breathtaking discovery that would remain hidden for centuries, an underground cavern that would become known as the Cave of Swords. Buried 120 meters below the surface and above the awe-inspiring Cave of the Crystals, this cavern held the secret to a world few had ever imagined. Stunning 1-meter-long selenite crystals that gleamed in the darkness. At this depth, conditions had shifted just enough to stop the crystals from growing further, preserving their breathtaking form in a way that would intrigue explorers for generations. But the real marvel came in April 2000, when miners working for the industrious Panolis company drilling through the Naica fault stumbled upon something even more extraordinary: the Cave of Crystals. Hidden beneath the earth for over 500,000 years, this incredible underground world would reveal some of the largest and most majestic selenite crystals ever discovered. some as long as 12 meters and weighing tons. Found inside a limestone cavern, the Cave of Crystals is a natural wonder unlike any other. This natural wonder formed over 500,000 years ago under perfect conditions. This spectacular cave was formed by a unique combination of mineral-rich groundwater, high temperatures, and constant humidity. The warmth from an underground magma chamber heated the water just right, allowing the crystals to grow steadily over time, creating beams and blocks that glow with an otherworldly radiance. The cave floor is a mesmerizing sight, covered with perfectly faceted crystalline blocks and towering crystal beams stretching from the ground, creating an ethereal, almost magical atmosphere. But the beauty of the cave comes at a cost. These delicate giants are vulnerable to the outside world, and exposure to air causes them to slowly deteriorate. The clock is ticking, making the efforts to document and preserve this natural treasure even more urgent. Mummified frog. In 1733, quarry workers Anders Half-Warder and Olof Sigrafwer stumbled upon an extraordinary discovery, an almost lifeless frog embedded in a giant boulder in Gotland, Sweden. This unsettling find would kick off a chain of events that blurred the line between reality and myth. The frog was found inside a rock formation that had been cut open, seemingly trapped for hundreds of years, but it was very much alive, albeit sluggish. Graberg, the quarry inspector, found the creature too unresponsive for his liking, and in a moment of frustration, struck it with a shovel, killing it. He later regretted this decision, believing he had just killed a centuries-old creature. Stories of animals entombed in stone weren't isolated to Sweden. Reports surfaced across Europe, from frogs entombed in rocks to salamanders believed to have survived for eons. The tale of a mouse found inside a rock in the US in 1803 and the infamous frog in the coal block from a Welsh mine in 1862 further fueled these chilling mysteries. But were these strange discoveries real, or was something more supernatural at play? Many supposed findings, like the famous tale of the Texas toad that allegedly lived for 31 years inside a courthouse cornerstone, were eventually debunked as hoaxes or the result of more mundane explanations. Despite the enduring legend of zombie animals trapped in stone, studies like the one conducted by Professor William Buckland in 1826 suggest that animals cannot survive being entombed in rocks for prolonged periods. Yet the legend of the frog, salamander, and toad in the hole persists in folklore, fueling our fascination with nature's mysteries. A hoard of medieval coins. In Lascaux synagogue in northern Israel, archaeologists uncovered an incredible hoard of 364 gold and silver coins dating back to the 14th and 15th centuries. Found in 2018, this astonishing discovery sheds light on life in medieval Israel and could rewrite history books. The coins were found in two identical pottery vessels near a collapsed wall of the synagogue. The vessels were carefully excavated, revealing Venetian gold ducats, Mamluk silver dirhams, and even a rare Serbian dinar. What makes this find so special? The coins were left behind in an abandoned synagogue, and they offer new insights into the cultural and economic life in a small rural village during the medieval period. The vessels were discovered by Dr. Jody Magnus's team during a season of excavation in 2018. The coins were carefully removed, and with the help of advanced X-ray technology, researchers could analyze the hoard before deconstructing it. The result? A treasure trove of coins from across the Mediterranean and beyond, showing the international trade routes and connections that once passed through this seemingly small village. But why were they buried? Some speculate the hoard might have been hidden during times of danger, or left as a pilgrimage offering. The exact reasons remain a mystery, but this find has already provided a unique glimpse into life in the medieval land of Israel, revealing how Jewish and Muslim communities lived side by side during this period. The 300-million-year-old wheel. In 2008, deep inside a coal mine in Donetsk, Ukraine, workers made an unexpected discovery that would challenge conventional understandings of history. As they drilled through the Sukhodolsky coal stratum at a depth of 900 meters, they encountered something unusual in the sandstone roof above them, the clear imprint of a wheel. This was not a mere natural formation, but a distinct mark, resembling a man-made wheel with visible spokes, suggesting a level of craftsmanship far ahead of its time. The mine's deputy chief, V.V. Kruzhilin, took photographs of the imprint, capturing evidence of this bizarre find. The significance of this discovery lies in the age of the surrounding rock. The coal found in the Rostov region surrounding Donetsk is Carboniferous, aged between 360 to 300 million years ago, making the imprint potentially 300 million years old. At this time, humans had not yet evolved. It is almost impossible to imagine how such a wheel could have been present in an era when no known civilization existed. The workers initially tried to extract the imprint, but the sandstone was so dense that they feared damaging it. Despite their efforts, the mine director prohibited any further exploration and instructed the team to move on. The area where the wheel imprint was found was eventually sealed off, and the mine was closed, making access to the site impossible. There is no definitive explanation for the imprint. Some suggest that it could be a natural formation, but this seems unlikely given its intricate design. Others speculate that it could be evidence of a lost civilization, one that existed millions of years ago, with technology that far exceeds what we know about ancient history. A fossilized jellyfish. A remarkable discovery has surfaced from a sandstone quarry near Mosinee, Wisconsin. An astonishing collection of fossilized jellyfish dating back approximately 495 million years. This find is one of the most significant soft-bodied fossil discoveries, as jellyfish rarely leave behind traces due to their delicate water-rich composition. Yet thousands of these ancient creatures have been preserved in stone, revealing a prehistoric world once submerged beneath a tropical sea. The jellyfish fossils, imprinted in at least 7 thin layers of sandstone, vary in size, with some exceeding 50 centimeters in diameter. This makes them some of the largest jellyfish fossils ever recorded. Scientists believe these creatures were stranded on a prehistoric beach during the Cambrian or early Ordovician period, likely due to tidal shifts or storms that pushed them ashore with no modern predators like seabirds to feed on them, and minimal microbial activity to speed up decomposition. Their bodies were quickly buried under layers of fine sediment, preserving their impressions in remarkable detail. What makes this discovery even more extraordinary is the evidence of internal structures in some of the fossils. Certain specimens appear to contain remnants of their stomachs, filled with sand, suggesting that as the jellyfish were trapped, they instinctively contracted in an attempt to escape, inadvertently drawing sediment into their bodies. Such intricate details provide rare insights into the biology and behavior of ancient jellyfish species that roamed the oceans nearly 500 million years ago. Hidden cave with paintings. On September 12, 1940, an 18-year-old named Marcel Ravidat unknowingly stumbled upon one of history's most awe-inspiring discoveries. It all began when his dog, Robot, curiously explored a hole left by an uprooted tree. Intrigued, Ravidat followed, unaware that this small, seemingly ordinary hole would lead him to something extraordinary, the hidden entrance to the Lascaux cave. What began as a casual exploration would soon become a groundbreaking moment in the discovery of prehistoric art. Eager to uncover what lay beyond the hole, Ravidat returned to the site with 3 friends, Jacques Marçal, Georges Agnel, and Simon Coencas. They ventured into the cave through a 15-meter deep shaft, convinced it might be a secret passage leading to the nearby Lascaux manor. As the group explored further into the cave, they were stunned to find the walls adorned with intricate depictions of animals, bison, horses, and stags, painted with striking detail. These vivid artworks, some of the earliest known examples of human creativity, sparked a series of studies that would shape our understanding of ancient cultures. The cave, which came to be known as the Lascaux cave, consisted of multiple galleries, each named for the features they contained. Among these were the Hall of the Bulls, the passageway, the shaft, the nave, the apse, and the chamber of felines, each offering a glimpse into the complex and sophisticated world of our ancient ancestors. On the 21st of September 1940, the group returned to the cave, this time accompanied by the renowned archaeologist Abbé Henri Breuil, who made detailed sketches of the artwork. These sketches became invaluable as many of the paintings began to deteriorate over time due to natural factors and human interference. The Lascaux cave was opened to the public in 1948, and it quickly became a major archaeological and tourist attraction. Ukrainian Stonehenge. A recent archaeological discovery in eastern Ukraine uncovered what we know now as the Ukrainian Stonehenge, a monumental find that's rewriting history and providing insights into ancient civilizations. Near the village of Novoaleksandrivka, Dnipropetrovsk Oblast, a team of Ukrainian archaeologists uncovered an ancient kurgan, a burial mound dating back over 5,300 years to the Bronze Age. This extraordinary site not only challenges existing historical timelines, but also offers a rare glimpse into the early practices of Indo-Aryan tribes who once thrived in the region. The kurgan is massive, 7.5 meters high and 50 meters wide, and was likely used for over 1,000 years as a communal burial site. It holds remarkable treasures, including 64 stone boulders, each with sacred significance, encircling the burial mound in a formation reminiscent of the famous Stonehenge. These boulders, estimated to be over 500 years older than the Egyptian pyramids, were manually placed by ancient tribes to serve both as a retaining wall and a sacred boundary separating the living from the dead. As excavations continued, archaeologists uncovered a wealth of artifacts that shed light on the rituals and lifestyles of these early people. Numerous graves, some dating back to the Scythian era and even the Middle Ages, were found within the mound. Among the most striking finds were mummified remains, preserved with red ochre and adorned with intricately decorated skulls, signifying the high status of the individuals buried there. The presence of weapons, clay pots, and even burial carts made from wheels suggests a deeply symbolic burial tradition, one that honored the deceased with grand rituals. The discovery is significant not only for its historical value, but also for its potential to reshape our understanding of the ancient world. Archaeologists believe that chieftains and shamans were buried in this elaborate burial complex, evidenced by the scale and complexity of the site. Experts estimate that constructing such a mound would have required tremendous effort and resources, highlighting the respect and reverence with which these individuals were regarded by their communities. Mysterious metal spheres. Deep within the mines of Opalized, South Africa, a baffling discovery has intrigued scientists, researchers, and theorists alike: the Clarksdrop spheres. These small, metallic-looking spheres, some with near-perfect symmetry and parallel grooves etched around their surfaces, have sparked controversy over their origin. While some experts argue they are naturally occurring mineral formations, others suggest they could be evidence of an advanced civilization challenging conventional history. The sphere ranges in size from 0.5 centimeters to 10 centimeters and varies in shape from rounded to disc-like forms, sometimes intergrown. Scientists have analyzed their composition, and they have found that they are made of hematite, wollastonite, and goethite. Their color varies from dark reddish-brown to dusky red, and some have distinctive parallel latitudinal grooves or ridges, giving them an eerily artificial appearance. What makes these spheres particularly strange is their reported hardness. Rolf Marx, the curator of Klerksdorp Museum, noted that these objects have a hard shell and a fibrous interior, raising further questions about their origin. Geologists largely dismiss the idea that these spheres are man-made artifacts. Instead, they argue they are concretions, a natural process where minerals crystallize around a nucleus over millions of years. Despite scientific explorations, the spheres continue to fuel debate. Their unusual shape, symmetry, and hardness make them one of the most intriguing discoveries in modern archaeology. The Earth is full of mysteries, and these discoveries are just the beginning. Which one shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments. And if you love uncovering the unexpected, don't forget to like and subscribe.